Hi, my name is Riley Bolin, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the life of Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley once said, "Do something worth remembering," and that is exactly what he did. Presley left such a legacy behind that he is still known as the king of rock and roll today. Elvis was looked up to by many because of his undeniable love for music and his uniqueness in the music career. Personally, Elvis's talent has inspired me because of my admiration for singing and music. Elvis is known as the king of rock and roll today because of his childhood, major events, and accomplishments and awards that he has received during his career. Elvis Aaron Presley was born into this world on January 8th of 1935 in Tupelo, Mississippi. He was born to two loving parents, Vernon and Gladys Presley. Most people do not know this, but Elvis actually had a twin. His brother, Jesse Guerin, was a stillborn. Growing up, Elvis was an only child. One of Elvis's early singing debuts was at the age of 10. He sang Old Shep in a talent show that was broadcast on Wello Radio, and he received 5th place. For Elvis's 12th birthday party, he really wanted a bicycle, and sadly, money was tight at the time, and they were not able to afford that. So Gladys talked him into accepting a guitar instead. After receiving his guitar, he played and sang Leaf on a Tree for his junior high class. At the age of 13, him and his parents moved to Memphis, Tennessee. Money was very tight again. They were only able to afford low-rent homes in poor neighborhoods. On top of school and music, Elvis had also worked several different jobs in order to help support his family as well as himself financially. Elvis grew up in a God-loving household, and due to this, he was constantly surrounded by gospel music. Living in Tennessee, he was surrounded by country music and black R&B on Beagle Street. During his high school career, he participated in a school's talent show where he sang and played guitar, and to his surprise, the audience loved him. They applauded and they wanted an encore, and so he performed an encore and received 1st place. In 1953, he graduated from Humes High School, and in the following years, his music career finally kicked off. There were many major events that advanced and kicked off Elvis in his music career. After graduating high school, he cut his first demo of My Happiness, and That's When Your Heartache Begins. At this time, it only cost about $4 to record a song, which is very different from nowadays. Sam Phillips was the record label owner, and he recorded Elvis singing these songs and was thoroughly impressed. So in 1954, Sam called back Elvis to the studio to record a song. Elvis sang him several popular songs, and again, he was very impressed. So Sam decided to team him up with some local musicians, including Bill Black and Scotty Moore. Testing the waters, they sang a sped-up version of Big Boy and That's Alright. And a fun fact about this is that these songs, as well as Blue Moon of Kentucky, became some of Elvis's first singles. Elvis did have ups and downs during his career, as does everybody, and his appearance at the Grand Ole Opry did not end very well. One of the Opry officials told Elvis he should go back to trucking, which was one of Elvis' previous jobs. Despite this disappointment, Elvis, Scotty, and Bill continued to make music and continued to record and travel around singing. In 1954, they were guests on a live radio show called Louisiana Hayride. What is funny is this radio show is a major competitor with the Grand Ole Opry. Elvis then signed a 1-year contract with Louisiana Hayride, which included 52 Saturday night debuts. In 1955, Elvis went on to sign a contract with Bob Neal, who also became his manager. In the following year, RCA releases his first ever album, and RCA is again a recording studio. He was able to do this because he signed on with Colonel Tom Parker, and in the same year, Elvis starred in his very first film called Love Me Tender, and it did very well in the box office. He ended 1956 with a bang by singing Christmas and gospel tunes with major singers such as Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, and Jerry Lee Lewis. The most infamous structure left behind by Elvis Presley was Graceland. Many of you guys have probably heard about it. He purchased this residence in 1957, and it is located in Memphis, Tennessee. Many people go there today and they still visit. It's open to the public. In March of 1958, Elvis was unexpectedly drafted to the military where he was stationed in Germany for 18 months. So he had to put a halt on his music career. Sadly, while he was in Germany, his mother Gladys passed away and he was granted a temporary leave for the funeral. When Elvis returned to Germany, he met his future wife, Priscilla. And when returning from the military, he was back in the recording studio almost immediately and to kick back off his music career. He soon married Priscilla, and they had a daughter, Lisa Marie, a year later. This was a very exciting time in his life, his personal life as well as in his career. During this time, he was in a televised program just called Elvis, and today it is known as the 68 Comeback Special. On this show, he showcased his talents as an artist, and in 1969, Elvis made a big impact in the music industry when he started recording at American Sound Studios. Here he recorded a few of his biggest hits, which included Suspicious Minds and Kentucky Rain. By 1972, Elvis was so popular that he was able to sell out Madison Square Garden in New York. Keep in mind that this arena seats over 20,000 people. Elvis performed his last concert in June of 1977 in Indianapolis, Indiana. Sadly, Elvis passed away in August of that same year. These events impacted Elvis in his personal life as well as his music career. Over the course of Elvis's music career, he received many awards. He had many gold and platinum records and several Grammy nominations. He received 14 Grammy nominations and won 3. The National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences, also known as NARAS, recognized him with the Lifetime Achievement Award in 1971. 6 of Elvis's songs have been inducted into the National Academy of Recording Arts and Science Hall of Fame. He is also inducted into the Rock and Roll, Country, and Gospel Music Hall of Fame. Elvis's hard work really paid off and was shown by receiving all of these awards and acknowledgments. To conclude, Elvis lived a full 42 years of life, and to say he lived it to the fullest would be an understatement. Although his life was not all rainbows and butterflies growing up, he made the best out of it, and he came out being the king of rock and roll. Elvis was the iconic star, and today he still is because of his childhood, major events, and musical awards and achievements. Thank you.